Hi, good morning. So, we are talking about proposals today. Your proposals are falling flat. How would I know this? Because I used to be an AE. I was an AE for about 10 to 15 years, and a lot of my proposals fell flat, and I couldn't figure out why. So, let me guess. You had your discovery with the buyer, you had your demo, they told you to send over a proposal, you did, and poof, they're gone and they're ghosting you and you can't get back in touch with them, and or you got in touch with them, they say I want to think about it, or they say they picked another person or another vendor and you can't figure out what happened. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Leah. I am a certified sales coach and trainer. My last 6 coaching clients have reached the top 10% of their organizations. That's what I do. I help them close more deals, bring more deals into the funnel, and uplevel their business acumen. One of my clients also was able to land a new position within 2 months in this job market. So I'm super proud of him. But go figure. So obviously it works. If you want to work with me, you can DM me here on LinkedIn or check out my website, leahborgescoach.com. Okay, so let's get right into it. Why are your proposals falling flat? There's a couple of different reasons. So this live is 20 minutes, so I don't have a whole lot of time, but I do want to give you a framework that's going to help you and your proposals really hit home with your buyer and hit the points and fix the issues that they need fixed inside their business. So let's get right into it. There's 3 reasons why your proposals are falling flat. So let's get to the part before you actually send the proposal. Number 1 reason why your proposal is falling flat is you're not doing real problem solving during the discovery, right? Or you're talking to the wrong person and it's not resonating with who it needs to resonate with. So we are in discovery. We're just asking questions. We're shooting off questions with no real purpose. We don't know where we're going. We're not looking for something that we can fix, a problem within the business that we can help solve, and we're just pitching our product, right? So that's number 1, why your proposal is not going to land. So you need to realize when you're in discovery that we need to be in problem-solving mode with our buyer. That's going to help us build credibility, and it's also going to help us figure out what inside the business really needs fixing and what part of our solution can help them. So that's number 1. Number 2, we're not getting agreement on the problem that we need to fix. So this is really, really common. What we normally do when we are in discovery or the demo, so we're in discovery, we're talking with our buyer. Great, we landed on a part of the solution that can fix their issue, or we think we did. And then we go to the demo, and then we're just demoing all this stuff. We're not really doing a targeted demo to what they said they needed to fix. So this is very, very common. What we need to do at all stages of the deal cycle within qualification, but particularly within discovery, we need to always get agreement with our buyer on what we're fixing and what we're showing during the demo, because that's going to affect what our proposal looks like, right? So when we're in the discovery, this is what it looks like. Mr. and Miss Buyer, it looks like we're in agreement that we need to fix XYZ, right? So these 3 issues, or maybe it's one big issue where it sounds like we're in agreement that we need to fix X. Is this correct? And then they'll say yes, no. You'll have a discussion. You'll be like, okay, great. We are going to show you on the next call in the demo how we're going to eliminate whatever the cause is and fix X inside your business. Does that sound like a plan? Right? So we're always getting agreement that this is the issue that we're going to fix. This is what we're going to show during the demo. Okay. When we don't do this, this is what happens. A lot of times we are not getting agreement during the discovery. And then during the demo, we're showing all this different stuff. Then our buyer gets discovery or demo fatigue, right? I know you have heard this term. And then we're not getting agreement that our proposal is going to show the problem that they need fixed and how our solution is going to fix it. So our proposal is way too general. Our demo is way too general, and thus it doesn't really show problem solving. It doesn't show how our solution is going to eliminate X problem inside the business, right? So that's number two. We're not getting agreement in every stage along the way. And I stress this because what happens is a lot of times within the deal cycle, you'll come on the demo and there'll be an extra person on there and they'll be like, oh, I want to see X, or I want to see this feature or that feature, right? And then they just start feature vomiting. And then we're so reactive when we start showing all these features, right? And before you know it, we're down this feature benefit rabbit hole, and we're back in general problem solving mode, right? So we're showing all these features. That's not really what we agreed upon, right? So it's number one for them to keep them on track and set expectations, and number two for us so that we as sellers understand that this is what we're showing to fix. And then if we have time, then we'll show some of the other features of the platform, right? But you need to set those expectations up front when you're doing your demo. And then number three, the top reason why your proposals are falling flat is because there's no clear linkage between what your solution does and how it's going to fix their issue and the outcomes that you talked about or supposed to have talked about during discovery or during the demo, right? So what happens is we have this 13-page PDF, and a lot of the information is our company information. It's all about us, right? It's our company information. It's our company history. It's why people pick us. It's all these testimonies and all this stuff that doesn't really relate to our buyer. So it's all about us, and we think it's great. But that's the number one reason why it's not resonating, because it's not showing a clear linkage between the problem that we uncovered, or the core issue that we uncovered that they need fixed, what's happening inside the business as a result of that issue being present, and then what part of your solution is going to eliminate it and what it looks like afterwards. So what are the outcomes that they're going to get when they implement your solution, right? So that's the top three reasons why your proposal is not resonating. Now, here's a really simple shift that you can make when you're doing your proposal. So number one, do not send the proposal over email. Don't do it. 95 to 98% of AEs are shooting off proposals into email, and then they never hear from the person again. And then we're in this email hell, and we're emailing back and forth about pricing or what have you. It's just ineffective. So we're not shooting off proposals on email. We're setting a call to go through it to show them how our solution is going to fix the issues that, again, we agreed upon need fixing, and then we can have a discussion around it, right? And so at that point, any objections that come up, you're face to face with the person. You can troubleshoot, right? And your proposal doesn't have to be 100%, right? Now let me just go back. We're making the switch from a simple proposal to a recommendation. And there's a couple of different reasons why we're doing that. Number one, a proposal is, okay, what do you think about this? This is what we talked about. What do you think about it? A recommendation is based on solving a problem, solving a core issue, making those impacts go away, and fixing what we talked about in the business. So it's more of a collaborative document, right? And it's kind of like, it's almost like a contract, a two-way contract, right, between the two of you. So we want to make the shift between doing a proposal and doing a recommendation. A recommendation is based on problem solving, right? It's like based on XYZ problems that we talked about and agreed upon, right? That's why it's so important to get agreement. This is what we as an organization, or this is what I as your consultant recommend, right? And then you have a discussion around that. It's not you just shooting off a proposal. This is what we propose and blah, blah, blah. It's you're being a consultant and you're recommending things, right? And so this is one of the things that also comes up. I was talking with a client the other day, and this has happened so many other times, where your organization wants you to sell as much stuff and as much product and solutions as you can to any particular buyer. Okay, first of all, that's just a bad idea. I don't need to tell you that. That's why proposals often fall flat, because you're including all this stuff, right? But when you're sending a recommendation, right, and you're having discussions around, solving problem 1, 2, 3, or what have you, what you can do, you put in the recommendation. Okay, based upon the problem that we discussed that needs to be fixed, this is what we recommend. A, B, C, D. I'm just saying A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Additionally, we also recommend taking a look at this product or solution, and it's going to help you fix X, because we can see this could become an issue down the line, right? So we're helping our buyer kind of see a little bit into the future by including some other things on the recommendation, right? And it's a recommendation, it's a point of discussion, right? And it doesn't have to be 100% right away. It doesn't have to be 100% for you to present what you recommend. So what's going to happen is, when you're on the video call with your buyer, or you're sitting down with them, what have you, you're doing the recommendation, you always want to do a check. Okay, this is the problem that we talked about needs to be fixed. This is how we're going to fix it. Does this all look correct? This is what the outcome needs to look like, right? And if they have a problem with something, or they want you to tweak something, or what also happens is maybe they have to sell this recommendation to someone else internally, right? So there's more than one stakeholder. You want to check in with your champion, be like, okay, does this all look correct? Is this going to help you sell this initiative to whomever it is you need to sell it to? We can tweak some things, right? So you can tweak it on the fly, or you can just make some notes and be like, okay, these are, at the end of the presentation, these are the recommendations. I'm going to make some changes, and then I'll send it to you. Does that sound good, right? So you're actually creating with your buyer when you're doing a recommendation, versus doing a proposal where you're just shooting the proposal off into email. A lot of you probably aren't even doing a proposal, a recommendation presentation, right? We're just sending stuff over email. We're hoping it lands and it sticks, and it doesn't. And also, what happens within when we're sending out our proposals, if our proposals look the same, or they contain all this extra information, or information that other sellers have also included in their recommendation, your recommendation, if it doesn't look different, if it doesn't address issues, if it looks the same, your recommendation is going to go in the pile over here with all the other 10. And then what's going to happen is, whoever's making the decision is going to look at it through that lens. And they're going to be like, oh, these 10 all look the same. Which price is the highest? Okay, we can take that out. Which solution, which one has the most features? Let's put that at the top. Which one has the less features? Oh, we can throw that out, right? So if your recommendation looks the same, or it has the same type of structure, or you're including all this garbage information, and you're not actually showing how you're going to fix and make their business better, your recommendation goes in the pile with everyone else. And then that's when they start deciding on features and price. And you're in a feature and a price war, right? And you're probably not going to win, especially if your solution is priced higher than others in the market, even if it's superior, because you haven't made that clear. And there's no clear linkage between how you're going to fix their problem better, faster, whatever, and help them save more money, or whatever it is, than any other solution. Your proposal is going to go in the same pile. I promise you that this is the case. This is what happens, okay? So that's that part of it. So let me give you a quick framework on how you can structure your proposal so that your buyer actually pays attention. It doesn't go in the same pile, and you don't get caught up in feature price war, right? Okay, so here's the framework. Number one, section 1 is going to be the context, right? So it's going to be what's happening in the business today, what they said they needed fixed, what is happening in the business as a result of that core challenge being present, and then making it clear, right? And then you're going to get agreement. So that's step number 1. Number 2 is going to be what they're losing, or how much it's costing them to stay the same, right? And I'm going to give you a tip here. When you're doing this, you are calculating the cost of inaction, okay? And most sellers are going to stop at what's happening today, or what the cost of inaction is going to be in the next quarter, the next 2 quarters. But what really gets buyers' attention, CFOs, CBOs, chief business officers' attention, is what's going to happen if nothing changes inside the business a year from now, right? 6 months from now, a year from now, because who knows? They may be looking for funding, right? They may be looking for a grant or something along these lines, right? So don't just stop at Q1 or Q2 or Q3. Like, extrapolate that to the next year, right? If you do nothing for a year, this problem is going to snowball, right? It's not going to just stay the same, because that's not how things work. So you need to make that clear, plain, and obvious on your recommendation. Okay. So that's number 2. Number 3, what they said they needed the outcomes to be, or what you discussed what the outcomes are going to be. So again, you need to make a clear linkage between how your solution is going to help that outcome come to pass and fixing their issue, right? You need to make that, it needs to be clear and obvious. In a lot of cases, it just isn't. It's a lot of fluff is in these proposals, right? Again, we're looking at it from the lens of fixing core issues, challenges inside the business that are affecting the business financially, operationally, with their employee relations, or something along those lines. High level issues. Okay. And then section number 4 is going to be our strategic recommendation. And that is, we're linking our solution to eliminating whatever the core issue is. And again, it needs to be plain and obvious. This is how it's going to do it. This is what it does. This is how we're going to fix the issue. It literally needs to say that. It's going to eliminate that, and then needs to also show the outcome. And number 5, whatever the next steps are, right? So setting up for an implementation call, or running through this again with the main decision maker or something, right? So these are the main reasons why your proposals are falling flat, and you can fix them. It starts in the discovery, because if you are not getting all the information, you're not problem solving in the discovery call, and you're not getting agreement along the way, things are going to pop up. And this is when we see sales cycles lengthen. This is when we see you having to discount your face off to get a deal. This is when we see proposals just go into a black hole, like a vacuum is like, and you're not going to get back in front of your buyer, and they just put you in the same pile. And you got to figure that your buyer has already talked to 5 or 10 other sellers before they got to you. So if you sound the same, and your process is the same, and your proposals take on the same feel, and you have all this fluff and stuff, you're going to end up in the same pile. And then that's when decisions are made based on features and price. And a lot of you cannot win that kind of battle, and nor do you want to be in that battle, right? You want to win based on your ability to solve the problem, you being a consultant for your buyer, and them understanding how your solution is going to benefit them and going to fix their issue. Okay, so that is why your proposals are falling flat. Again, if you want to work with me, or you have questions about it, the framework, feel free to DM me here on LinkedIn. We can have a discussion, or go to leahborgescoach.com/programs and check it out. Okay, I will be back next week with another topic.